What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as Ridemyavatar, and today we're going to be talking about none other than a Digimon deck profile for BT8, and that is our Digimon Armor deck. Well, you know, Digimon Armor Energize. So let's dive right into the video and talk about our deck profile. So Armor Digimon was introduced in as a new archetype into BT8. This allows you to have this new theme archetype that has a decent footing right now. Armor Rush is more of an aggro type style deck, but BT09 changes it to a more control style, protect the castle kind of status, where it counters the meta in a different way. But Armor Release allows your Digimon to survive death for at least one instance while playing a similar strategy to Rookie Rush. Sadly, the Armor package needs the support for BT09 to be able to stand fully by itself. But, so still, then, this deck needs DNA Digivolving to win games, because we don't have a win con outside of that. So, achieving wins in this game, we kind of need strong Jogress targets, like Shakkoumon and Kimeramon, to Jogress into. So allowing us to extend our plays and do really solid combos. So we also need strong tamers and very powerful options that help us extend our plays, like Hammerspark and Davis and Ken. They are really powerful cards. And let's talk about the Digimon's Armor core. The core card pool is about 24 to 26 cards, so it's very strict on allowing you what you're going to be able to add for flex spots. So that's what you're going to have to deal with. And one of the major things are that all the armor cards in this deck require Veemon, so your rookie lineup is kind of tight as it is. There's not many rooms to, you know, bob in and out of. So let's go. The Digitamas in training level 2s, Upamons, are in here for that draw, basically because if they have no sources, draw 1. DemiVeemons for the extra powers. As long as you have 8 cards, your turn, you instantly gain 1000 DP. So take it as you can. There's not many options you really have for Digitamas. Let's talk about rookies. BT3 Veemon's jamming makes it so it's survivability, and against higher threats it has a decent attack pressure because they're going to have to kill this off, because it's going to constantly just swing in and not die unless it hits an option that will kill it. Tamers won't kill it, and neither will the ability to, you know, kill it by battle with a security Digimon. Starter deck 8 Veemon. The Inheritable allows it to draw basically as long as you're at 7 or less. Instantly draw 1 when you swing. Very good draw engine support. But also, if you do play All Force Veedramon, you can warp in for its effect. If your opponent's at a level 6, instantly go in there for a 4 cost. Not bad. Starter deck 09 Veemon allows you to basically search for the top 3 for a free type. And since we play majority free types, we're going to instantly be able to net us 1 when you on-play him. So then we have a BT8 ability to, same thing, plus us. We're going to search for the top 4 cards, but add 1 multicolor card that is blue to your hand, return the remaining cards to the bottom of the deck. So majority of our targets are like that. So let's talk about our champion lines. The Armor Rush themselves each have self-protection with their Armor Release abilities, and they also have the ability to Digivolve on top of a Veemon. So we won't really dive too much into that, but let's go Raidramon being able to suspend a level 4 Digimon when Digivolving, so you can swing into one of their Digimon to possibly remove threats off board that way. Flamedramon's in here for this, getting stronger power. He becomes an 8k body, and 8k bodies usually stay on board very easily when attacking into security. Not many times do you lose battle with an 8k, but it can possibly, because mostly megas are on the high end like that. Then we have Magnamon. Magnamon is a blocker. but also with his ability, when Digivolving, unspend this Digimon for each card with armor in its stage in your trash. Digimon gains plus 2000 DP until the end of your opponent's next turn. Just all in all, great level 4, just being able to block, and he gets bigger. He can tank your hits depending on later the game goes. Just really good. And Ankylomon's in here for the ability, so while this Digimon is a blue Digimon, while you have a blue Digimon in play, when playing this Digimon from your hand, reduce the play cost by 1, so he's a 3 cost when it comes in, but also he has a really good inheritable. While you have a blue Digimon in play, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3000 DP for the turn. Just being able to help remove threats off board is really good. Ultimates, level 5s, basically. Kimeramon's in here for just DNA Digivolving for 2 level 4s for 0 cost. He becomes, on your turn, this Digimon is treated as the color in its Digievolution cards, so really good, especially since he'll be blue, but he can also get green, he can get yellows, so he's got variety of colors, and he can get red as well, so he's pretty decent there. But if we are at 4 or more, he instantly gets 4000 DP, so he becomes a 12k body. But when Digivolving, place 1 level 5 or lower card from your trash at the bottom of this Digievolution cards. Then up to 4 of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 1000 DP each card this Digimon has until the end of your opponent's next turn. So, all in all, just really good board control, minusing the DP, bringing down bigger Digimon to lesser states. Just easier access to just board control and removal. Shakkoumon is a DNA Digivolve for yellow and blue, so you have to use yellow and blue. Majority of our stuff is in that category, so we'll be able to use the blue very easily, and we have enough yellow targets to make him viable. So when Digivolving, he has, if you have 5 or fewer security, recovery +1. Then when DNA Digivolving, return one of your opponent's Digimon whose level is less than or equal to the number of cards in your security stack to its owner's hand. So basically, you can pop, if you're at 6, you can bring a level 6 or less. So depending on it, he can be hit or miss, but it's just very all in all well-rounded. When attacking, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3000 DP for the turn. Just all in all, minusing the DP is good. Makes them bigger threats a lot less threatening, so just keep that in mind, especially with Kimeramon. You swing in and then maybe go into, you know, Imperialdramon fighter mode or anything like that. Just really good. Imperialdramon Dragon mode's in this list because when Digivolving, if you play 1 blue or 1 green level 4 or lower Digimon card under this card as another level 6 without paying this cost, so play as another Digimon without paying its cost. So you can play majority of half your deck, your level 4s. The only thing that really gets wonky is if you don't have a Raidramon, you won't be playing another Digimon underneath from it. If you only have Raidramon and maybe an Ankylomon, you're not going to be able to play both. You'll just get the Raidra. But Flamedramon Magna with Raidra, you'll definitely see that kind of get 2+, which you can instantly Jogress back into. Let's talk about Imperialdramon Fighter Mode. He Digivolves for 2 on top of Dragon Mode, and allowing you to return one of your opponent's Digimon with 1000 DP or less. Like I said, if you can minus their DP low enough, you can bounce a Mega to their hand. But also when attacking, if this Digimon has a blue Digievolution card, and unsuspend one of your Digimon. If this Digimon has a green Digievolution card, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Being able to unsuspend one of yours to be able to swing it again can help OTK potentials, but also suspending one of your opponent's Digimon also can help you swing into it and just get it off the board if needed be. Let's talk about options. Ice Wall is still broken. Essentially, it's the same card. If at the right time choked, stops, kills turn, security, passes turn, especially since you're going to gain 2 memory if they hit it in security. And especially because all your opponent's Digimon, if you activate it naturally, you can choke them to 1, and then all your opponent's Digimon gain when attacking, lose 2 memory until the end of their next turn. So you can just shut them down pretty easily. Hammer Sparks is just another extender because the main gain 1 memory for 0, but security gain 2, so that could pass turn, maybe help you win game, especially if they hit it at the right time. Let's talk about Davis. Davis is usually a 1 to 2+ in this situation because when on played, You get to add a 1 blue and 1 green Digimon among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. So, just all in all, great support here. But also, he's a great card because he'll set us to 3, and we have to play off of 3. There's not many times we won't see a good hit off of this, and we will plus off of 2. So, just because of the dual colorings, it does help out. Davis and Ken is really good because if you have a blue Digimon in play, gain 1 memory. If you have a green Digimon in play, gain 1 memory. So, constantly, these double stack, allowing you to extend your plays a lot more. Just all in all, great card, but also really good on your turn. When your Digimon digivolves into a Digimon that has 2 or more colors, you may suspend this tamer to unsuspend that Digimon. So, being able to multi-attack yet again, since we are multicolor deck, he's just a benefit and a half. So just benefits all around. Cards that are just good in the sideboard. We're just going to talk about sideboard. We have Nidhoggmon when digivolving, Digiburst 4. Suspend all your opponent's Digimon with 5,000 or less DP. Then place all your opponent's suspended Digimon at the bottom of their owner's deck in any order. Trash all Digimon cards trash all Digi-Evolution cards of those Digimon. But what's really nasty is Nidhogg board wiping. What could be really nasty is Kimeramon with a Raidramon underneath it. Can easily build up a weird top column that when you Digiburst 4, after you minus their DP of like anything to go from, let's say, 6 to 5, you instantly be able to rest a bunch of stuff. And instantly now they have a board wipe field. Now they don't have any more resources. Another great option card is Innocence Blizzard. I think I pronounced that right. But main trash the bottom Digi-Evolution card of all your opponent's Digimon. Then up to 3 of your opponent's Digimon with no Digi-Evolution cards cannot attack or block until the end of your opponent's next turn. So basically, shuts down pressure turns that you might have could have won. But it's really bad against the hybrid matchup because they're just going to Digivolve one over the other. But if they're on a wide board and they hit it early enough, that might be able to shut down some of those massive attacks. So being able to strip their sources too really does help out. And then activate the main effect in security just helps out in the long game. Now let's talk about the Digimon Emperor. When your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon is deleted, you may suspend this tamer, trigger draw 1. We really don't care about the top effect because we're not really deleting level 5s very often. But your opponent's turn, when your opponent's level 3 Digimon moves from breeding to battle area, gain 2 memory. Just being able to gain that 2 memory could shut down any of those ridiculous resource blockers like Gazimon, Terriermon, Shakkoumons, Madoki Betamons. Just anything that's just gonna cause you a lot of trouble that they're gonna probably try to tech in. So at least bring in the Emperor and you're gonna shut down what they're trying to do. So I think that's just a really good solid lineup for a sideboard. And I think all in all, this deck has a great presence. And I think it's going to do extremely well. I think under the right conditions, this deck can go crazy wide and crazy powerful. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. And I'll catch you in the next video. Peace!